This was as ugly as it gets, I think, for the Celtics this season. They've had a handful of really bad losses. This one might top the list. I mean, when we woke up this morning, Amina, Greg Monroe wasn't a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was signed like 8 hours ago, and he finished one rebound away from a double-double. Nathan Knight had never scored more than 8 points in a game this season. He dominated the Celtics in this one. Jalen Noel, Jordan McLaughlin, these are not really, many of them, rotation players for Minnesota, a team that was out without Karl-Anthony Towns, without D'Angelo Russell, without Anthony Edwards. So having Jason Tatum being out and Marcus Smart being out is not an excuse for this Celtics team. This was a bad loss in virtually every possible way. It's not just this game or the second half against Minnesota. They have played full games and even more stretches where the effort and the intensity just hasn't been there. And that's what I fall back on. I mean, I felt like this was a lapse in defensive effort in the second half of this game. They played with more effort, particularly contesting those three-point shots, battling more, keeping Minnesota out of the paint. They would have won this game. Instead, they just put it in cruise control after halftime and were never able to recover. I don't know what the solution is at this point, honestly. I mean, the Celtics have to look in the mirror and decide what they want to be defensively. I say this time and time again, Amina. They are and have the potential to be a top 5 defensive team. We have seen them operate as a top 5 defensive team. Even when Jason Tatum is out of the lineup, they should be a very good defensive team. But against Minnesota and the almighty Greg Monroe and Nathan Knight and Jalen Noel, they were not a top 5 defensive team. They weren't defending the three-point line. They were getting crushed in the paint. The Celtics, I think, internally have to look in the mirror and decide what kind of defensive team they're going to be. That's what's going to make them successful, not some kind of offensive outburst they're going to get when Jason Tatum returns to the lineup. What kind of lockdown defensive team do they feel they can be? Because that's what's going to propel them up in the standings, if anything is at all.